Hello and welcome to the Press the Action Button. What?
I didn't know you were actually starting there. Sorry, let's start again. That was like your man from that guy Goma from the BBC interview. It was like,
Oh, from you? Alright.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the Press the Action Button podcast. My name is Yusuf.
and my name is Newman.
Hello, Newman.
Hello. We're not giving you the intros anymore.
It's the sixth time. Hello and welcome to the podcast where we talk about nerdy stuff and video games that we love.
You just changed up everything here. Nerdy stuff and things people love. What?
Well, I think people don't love nerdy stuff.
It's a very general podcast if it's things people love. People love a lot of things, Yusuf. Anyway.
I'm going to forensically go in on you next week when you're saying
And he's gone back to the podcast where it's the show now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
the Press
It is
the
the
Action
show.
Button show.
Yeah.
So,
I was
welcome.
I was going for video casts for a while, but that kind of upset me.
Video cast. I never even heard of that before.
I don't know if it's a thing.
Well, it is now.
Hello, how are you anyway?
I'm good.
Yeah, good humour.
Yourself? Yeah, I'm in good form.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here. I really enjoyed last week's episode. It was a lot of fun to do, and I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it's been good crack. Nice just getting it rolling again, getting into the routine. Getting some requests already. Benjamin wants you to do a Nobuo Uematsu showcase.
No small ask, Benjamin. I'll do it one of those weeks where Yusuf is sick and I have everything to myself. But then I also have to find out how to edit everything, which I don't know how to do. So, but I'll figure it out.
Or record.
Yeah, but I'd love to do that, Benjamin. As I said, I'd also love to do David Wise showcase as well, because I guess I'd probably only make it Donkey Kong games, but and there's the phone. Donkey Kong games, but it's your phone actually.
It's my phone.
Yeah, I will look into that for you, Benjamin. Thank you, mate.
How about yourself then? How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I've been painting the house. It's been a lot of not fun. Trying to keep kids from destroying walls and touching wet paint, putting the little tape up on everything so stuff doesn't overlap.
Yeah.
Doing multiple coats. Lots of fun. And then my kids got chickenpox, so it's been even better. But I actually am afraid to take days off, because every time I take a day off something goes wrong. So I just think I'll just work forever now.
It's a good day to be stuck in work, isn't it?
It is.
Kids have chickenpox. Oh well.
Exactly. Well, let's say you know you're getting older, and you know what it's like having kids when you look forward to work on Monday. So,
that's grim and pathetic.
Well, you'll be there.
How
have you been?
I've been good, yeah. Mom has been away, so I've been looking after the dog, which has been, I think, exactly as difficult as looking after a child.
Yeah. I mean, you can't leave a child by themselves for that length of time, but
you can't. Just put them under a laundry basket and put a brick on top of it. So yeah, I've been doing that. So it's been like taking naps every day at lunch, because I've been getting up really early in the morning.
And you got me old.
Because I've been getting up so early in the morning and then walking the dog and then working, and then unlike you, I don't go to bed at 7 p.m. So
I get up at 12 minutes past 5 every day.
12 minutes past
12
5.
minutes past 5.
That's a very specific time.
It is, yeah. Because I have to get ready. Well, I go to the gym 3 times a week now.
Oh.
So, yeah, I'm really trying to be fit and healthy. And, so 12:05, then I have to get stuff ready. And then I actually walk to the gym for that extra bit of exercise and I walk back. So I get there for 6 on the dot. And then I start work at 8, so...
Would things not change? Would things change too much if you got up at 5:15?
It's 5:12, Yusuf, is the time.
You were a robot pretending to be a human.
4-minute abs. What was that you said?
Oh, what is that?
No.
Something about Mary.
Yeah. So 12:05 is the time. But anyway.
And you go to bed at 6 p.m?
No, I got to bed about 10:30. so I don't sleep much. I'm woken multiple times a night. But this is not why people want to listen to the podcast.
I don't want to listen to this
exactly.
either.
I don't listen to you moan about just having to look after a dog for a week. But anyway.
She's a good dog. Anyway, look, we've got loads of news.
Yeah.
So we get into it.
Absolutely, please. And I'm going to press the button again. And I think I'm going to have to actually just start doing the rendition of Arnie myself if Yusuf doesn't put it in. And no one wants to hear that, Yusuf. So this is your threat to do it next time.
Not doing it.
Uh-huh.
There has been not very much news for the last couple of weeks, but then the week just gone, there's been a lot of things.
All right.
Have you seen Sony's State of Play?
I haven't.
Do you know any of the games that were on?
I've not been following any news as your command to me.
Brilliant. So we now have a lot of interesting things for you to see.
All
So
right.
this is the start of it. So we'll have a look through some of these things.
22 minutes.
We won't watch the whole thing. Thoughts? What do you think?
It looks like a Boba Fett helmet. Ah, Tekken.
Yes.
It's always father versus son, isn't it? That old archetype.
Yeah. Well, that is the gimmick of these Tekken
The
games.
tyrannical father.
At least it's not Hayachi.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure he's still in this game.
Wow, that looks awesome.
Doesn't it?
Fair play. I haven't seen it. Yeah, you know, it's easy to get excited about a Tekken game.
Yes.
No, but listen, the last one or two was crap.
I haven't actually played them in a while. So this is Tekken 8. So this is what they're showing in the showcase. I think this just looks like really good fun, and it really made me want to play the other Tekken games.
Yeah, it does.
But I think so. Like I played like 2, 3, tournament 4, 5 a lot. I played all those Tekken games quite a lot, and then I didn't really go for 6 or 7.
Yeah, no, I think we played 7, but I think they mixed up the fighting dynamics we were so used to, so it probably ruined everything.
Oh really?
But yeah. Oh, I wonder what's gonna happen now.
I think it's the whole gimmick of the entire franchise.
Yeah. There we go. Charged up uppercut.
So
Better.
there is no release date on this yet, so it's just showcasing it. But I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Fair play. Interesting.
Yeah. So I would love to play that. Maybe want to play some Tekken games now. I actually don't know what the game is we're going to play later is.
Okay, yeah, I have a surprise. I've got a big surprise for you.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to giving that a go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that made me want to see it.
Do you have to look away now or something?
No, that would
Not interested in Star Wars.
Even if it's VR?
I'm very conflicted here. I was a big VR guy for a while.
Yeah.
And then for me, it just wasn't there yet. You know what I mean? And it was too... Binary isn't the right word. It was too simplistic.
Yeah.
You know, it was like...
I mean, it is pretty amazing new technology, though.
It is. But I think, look, I've kind of gone off Star Wars a little bit since the Disney purchase, to be honest. But yeah, I'm sure it will be a really awesome experience for big-time fans.
I think it seems like a really good world to go around in Star Wars. And it really made me want to play Resident Evil 7 in VR.
Oh,
yeah. I haven't played anything in PlayStation VR.
At all?
No.
Alright.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, which is mad because you had it played, just never played with you.
Yeah.
So here's another VR game. This is a sort of Dungeons and Dragons sort of tabletop thing. But I actually think this is a really good way of making a board game seem like...
It is. I already really like what I'm seeing here.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very immersive, I'd say. Great idea.
Yeah.
Is it an actual Dungeons and Dragons game?
I'm not sure if it might be it might be like some... I don't really know enough about the world and what branches off into other, sides of it. Demio. So I don't know what it's drawn from.
Not sure I like that name.
Yeah.
Let's Sega. Ooh. I'll have to buy that.
No, Sega's the next thing.
Yeah, right.
Which is coming up. So I believe this is something which I don't think you're as big a fan of it as I am. So
they're really going with this these days, aren't they?
So this one is from the creators of Yakuza. So there used to be these Yakuza games called Like a Dragon, not Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Okay.
Where they were these games that only came out on in Japan before. But they are... So I think they're PlayStation 3 games, some of them were, but they're remastering and remaking from the ground up. So it's a bit more, I think, kind of serious related and, you know, set in a bit different time to Yakuza.
Alright.
Weirdly, they have like the same character models as Yakuza, but
he looks like your man.
He is Kiryu, but he's not actually Kiryu.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a bit.
Here's how we save some money, guys. Let's just use the same model.
Yeah. I don't really know what to expect from this because I never played any of the ones that weren't released outside of Japan because they weren't released outside of Japan. But
looks cool.
I do love Yakuza games.
Yeah.
I do think they're really good.
They're pretty cool. Sega does great arcade games, and this does remind me of an arcade game.
Yeah,
Yakuza does too.
There is something about it.
Yeah.
So for people who are fans of the series, might be a nice thing to go to check out.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Dragon Ishin.
Very good. Very good.
So now this one, Harry Potter.
Yeah, skip.
Yeah, I mean, like, I liked them when I was young. I'm just not really into the. I'm not really into the world.
No, neither am I. I mean, yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ronan Wood? Is that what it is?
Ironwood.
Pacific Drive, alright. Okay.
Odd game.
Yeah. Ah, what we got here?
Japanese mech suits.
Is it? It looks like Hideo Kojima's UPS parcel collector simulator.
Yeah. Did you ever play that?
No. I have it still in its plastic at home.
What was the last game you did that with?
God of War.
So this is just like, it looks like it's a good bit of fun, but also you don't know, it could be very samey, you know, open world mission collecting things, but I think it does look like it is good crack. Like the fighting does look like there's a lot going on.
I love a good mech game.
Yeah, they're fun.
What was that game where you could actually you actually were in a whole mech and you had to you had the whole controls and everything? It was I think it was a Sega game. I can't remember. If anyone remembers.
Very old one, is it?
Very old. Can't remember. If anyone remembers, let me know. But yeah, I went to this kind of museum where they had like the history of games, and they had that game there set up there with all the controls and everything, like 50 different buttons. I'm probably exaggerating, and different things to control the mech. It was
like when you play in an arcade kind of thing. Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So cool.
So this one. So let me know what you think of this. Looks pretty good.
I always love trailers where they talk in Japanese. It adds so much to it.
I feel like for us, we just listen a bit more directly because we're also not put up any accent or anything.
Possibly.
A lot of these sort of very open world games they're going for. I mean, maybe this is, but it seems like it is.
Looks very good anyway.
Now, wait till you see the combat in this.
Alright.
So let me just skip ahead for a bit.
That looks really good.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. It's like Bayonetta style or something.
Yeah, very much. Bayonetta, Nier Automata, Devil May Cry.
Very nice.
So the first kind of big hack and slash one of these to be coming to PlayStation 5.
Nice one. I mean, it looks like... Is this a new IP?
I think so.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of it.
No. Okay. Who makes it?
We saw it there. I don't remember.
Okay. No one that we know well. Why do Japanese female characters always talk like, 13-year-old girls?
Well, quite often lots of Japanese anime and manga, they are 13-year-old girls.
True. Interesting, theme.
Yeah.
So Project Eve. Was that the last game?
Stellar Blade.
Okay. It seems very Bayonetta inspired.
Yeah, it does. It does. I think it looks like it's really good fun. That looks like a fun game. What else we got here? So this is...
You got it right this time.
Yes. Assassin's Creed set in Japan.
Do you know what the... Okay, that looks pretty great. Okay, cool.
That's all you need.
This reminds me of Bushido Blade.
Yeah.
In the bamboos where you could actually... It was the first game I ever played where you could kill someone with one slash.
Yeah, yeah.
And you were cutting down the bamboos, you were trying to get each other.
It was very cool that you were, in your normal playing, you were able to interact with that background.
Yeah.
Like being able to destroy it, that was pretty cool.
It's awesome.
I always like that in games.
Rise of the Ronin? Is that what they're calling it?
I might be wrong again.
Oh, God.
No, I think it is an Assassin's Creed. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I'll find out later.
It's not an Assassin's Creed game at all.
Shut up, look at this.
Is this an Assassin's Creed game?
You know.
Starring God of War?
Anyway, welcome to the Assassin's Creed podcast.
Exactly. Where Yusuf thinks every game is Assassin's Creed.
This is annoying. They're just signing the controller.
Okay. I'd buy
But,
that.
trailer.
Knee strap.
For Ragnarok.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's going to be great. I've given up fighting. Only to be brought back to fighting an hour later.
I mean, he hates fighting, but usually people keep trying to kill him.
Oh, is that your man? Oh, he's still around. Oh, they're friends now, of course.
Is it a god of war who came to fight? I don't really want war. We are Kratos.
Is that the old cabin? Yeah.
So Trace is a little bit older now.
Hmm.
What is it you will not tell me? I can't talk about it, but I just need you to trust me.
Great voice by Christopher Judge.
Hmm.
But you don't believe in any of it. And still I follow. It's almost madness.
Again, more father-son dynamic here, like Hayashi and... Jin and Kazuya.
Mm-hmm.
To protect me.
Kratos is a far better father than Kazuya.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he learned a bit, hopefully.
Well, we'll see if he throws him into a volcano.
Yeah. I like the colours here. They've kind of mixed it up. They could probably be accused of maybe at times greyish, and we just went to a grey screen there.
Yeah.
Colour scheme on the first God of War. So it's nice to see kind of different varying environments here.
It does look a lot more lush, but I guess,
Yeah.
what are you meant to do? Like, it is meant to be set in a Nordic cold land, so
True.
there's only so far you can go with it.
But yeah, it looked stunning. I mean, this is a PlayStation 5 game. The original God of War on a PS4 basically looked like a PS5 game.
Yeah.
It looked the same, pretty much. What was that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm very excited. Yusuf, you've got me.
Look at the size of that dog.
Yeah. I bet you'll never get to play as him. He's one of those characters you're like, he looks so cool.
Of course you
and
don't.
you can't play as him
Of
ever.
course you don't play as the dog.
Why not?
What kind of... Would you expect
Listen.
to play as the dog? You might get the right around
In
the back.
Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, you can play as Impacto, who's a giant robot, and you can walk around smashing things. That's what I want. Alright? I want to be forced to be at small scale for a long time and then turn massive with incredible powers of smashing.
Well, you ruined that big moment.
What happened?
The axe and Mjolnir combined.
Oh. When is it out?
11th of September
Yes.
this year. Unless that's American date, which
It has
probably
to
is.
be,
Because
'cause
it's after that now, isn't it?
What's wrong with you today?
Look, why would Americans put the date that way? It doesn't make
No.
sense. You never need to know the month before you know the date.
9th of November. I don't think I can wait until Christmas for that, but maybe I will.
That'll be a good one. So, as I said, there's lots of other news, so some other things I'm going to fly through a bit quicker. Now, there was a leak. Grand Theft Auto 6, which I'm not going to show because there's lots of copyright things which are happening.
Best not to.
Yes. However, it does... basically, it just brought up a lot of attention online. Kind of two sides of an argument. For some people were going, it doesn't look very good, and other people saying that Well, yeah, it's leaked dev footage. It's not meant to be out there. You know, it's not the finished thing. And then it started this debate where somebody, I don't know who it was, said that graphics is the first thing they finish, which is just absolutely, like, categorically not true.
Okay. Maybe, yeah, it doesn't sound true.
No, because...
let's polish it at the very beginning.
Because it's so computer heavy for rendering and correct lighting and, like, fur and cloth that you do that stuff at the very, very, very end.
Yeah.
Right? When you want to make sure that everything else works and the gameplay works and those things are going to be playable and playable in the way you want it to be, you use really low quality, low res textures with it. Isn't that like I do all the time for work as well, where people like they want to see what a finished shot's going to look like, and you will see a low res crappy version of it because if you want to see the finished thing, it just takes too long.
Yeah, makes sense.
To get to it properly. So there's been, in reaction to that, loads of these game studios started responding, showing that their development of their games that usually got really highly credited for looking great, and showing how terrible they looked to go. Okay, look, so this is what they used to look like.
Okay, sorry Rockstar to hear about that. I think I only mentioned you the other day that you hadn't released a game in a long time. So
they're working on 6. All right, and the other big news is.
You're pregnant.
New Monkey Island game is out.
No!
And it's brought back the makers of the original 2.
The original 2 games or the second one?
Of the first and second Monkey Island. Because
brilliant.
we started with Monkey Island 3, and this may be
and we went back.
Sacrilege for a lot of people, but I love that game.
I loved it too. I love Murray the Talking Skull.
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, I think it's such a great character. So yeah, they've got the this I think it's actually the 7th one now, or the 6th in the installment, but it's the first one since 2, which has had the same original creators.
Brilliant.
You can play it on the Switch.
Not interested in the Switch. I need a big screen.
You can play Switch on a big screen.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you're not going to play on your PC.
No.
So.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. Fair enough.
Another thing is that the last EA FIFA game has been announced. Have you heard about this?
Last ever?
Last ever, because FIFA have said we want more money from the licenses of that you're making for these games. EA said nope. So FIFA they're finishing up this deal with the current one that's coming out now, which will have Ted Lasso in it for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, and
sounds like this will be one of those things where they go, there's no more games, and then a day from the contract is bang, we've agreed a new deal.
Well, I don't know. I wonder what they're going to do, because EA are going to continue releasing their games, because they still have rights of like loads of image rights and deals to make a football game. So whether it'll be called EA Football or EA Soccer,
like PES do.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
without all the
yeah.
So they'll still be the games.
Yeah, so they'll still have their ones, and then it means that FIFA are going to try to bring out their own one. I assume they will get somebody to develop it though.
It's gonna be awful. I know like people think that a football game is probably very easy to make. I don't think it is. I think there's so many little nuances to make it feel like it's a real football game.
Yeah.
That probably take years of doing it over and over again. If Konami are the only other ones who do it, and EA, two massive developers, I'd say it's not an easy thing to do.
Well, we saw what happened when was in 2K with the wrestling games. Remember, it was so glitchy because they're just like trying to make this thing, and it's really difficult to work. And especially when you go right, the minimum you need to do is you need to have all these people look like all these players, because otherwise you're gonna rip the sheds. Do you remember the one of like Kyle Walker?
No.
It was like PES years ago. It's Kyle Walker, and he has no eyes.
You have to put that up.
I will. Yeah.
Do you know what else? Remember Goldberg in that one of those games as well?
Yeah.
He's just like this.
Oh, yeah.
He looks awful.
So yeah, let's see what FIFA do with it. Now, based on their track record, FIFA are terrible and corrupt, so it'll be shocking.
Yes, bring back Sepp Blatter.
Alright, now the other thing I've got to tell you is...
a lot of news today.
A lot of news.
I bet you can't wait to hear about my 30-year-old video game that I'm going to talk about next.
I've got a new game for you, Newman. Now... It's on PC.
Assassin's Creed?
No, it's a rhythm action game.
Oh!
You like rhythm action games?
I love rhythm action games because I'm very good at them.
I'm sorry, this is only on PC. I think this is you all over.
Who makes a rhythm game only on PC? I already love this. Oh, that's excellent. When can I get this?
It's out already.
Excellent.
I love the picture of Beethoven in the back.
Wait for next week's game review, people. What's that called? Oh, it's a trombone rhythm game only.
Yeah, only trombone. Yeah, not classical music, only trombone.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That is called Trombone Champ.
Oh.
So you can play your rhythm action.
Can you get it on a Mac? Because I only have a Mac now that works.
I think you can get it on Steam, so that's how people are playing it. Literally crying. Literal tears.
Can't wait to play it.
I'm really happy you hadn't seen that.
It's very me-esque, right? I mean...
Yeah, the little character. The
Wee there may be a lawsuit in there at some stage.
I don't know what the basis is of it, but it looks like it's really good fun.
And trombone sounds terrible.
Well, he's terrible. It looks really hard. It looks like there's like no limit on when you're going up and down to pick the notes.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh yeah, I just need to be perfect on these things, but it's like a huge sliding scale.
That's brilliant. Thank you for introducing me to that.
Good. So that is all the news I have for now. There was a lot of other things I could have done.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to go mental and make this all about news.
Yeah, we're already, half an hour in now pretty much. So,
yeah.
Okay, so are we going to go to our game reviews now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Yusuf. I want to take you back to a time. 1997. It's the year of Tamagotchi, Hansen's Mbop, and Final Fantasy VII. Hansen's Mbop, in my opinion, being the best pop song ever written.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it's one of the best pop songs ever, if not the best. I put it probably even above She Loves You. Anyway, there was a young 11-year-old boy walking along... She Loves You, yeah. The Beatles.
Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, back to my story. There was an 11-year-old boy walking wistfully along the Liffey River, the banks of the River Liffey, to a now defunct gaming shop, Virgin Megastores. He walks inside and sees a game priced at £80.
You reviewed Turok?
Turok Dinosaur Hunter. This is the game I've been playing, Yusuf.
You've been playing this game on and off for about 2 years.
I haven't.
Yes, you have.
Give me the control. No, but listen, this is a game that I bought by accident the other week.
What?
Yeah.
You've had it for ages.
I didn't play it on the N64.
Oh yeah, that's over here.
No, I played it on the... I hope this is mine.
You bought Turok twice?
I bought this by accident because I had it in my basket when I was considering buying it, and I decided
That's my one.
It's your one. I decided not to buy it, but then the thing was, I left it in my basket, and then when I went back to buy the game I did want, it was in my basket still, and then I couldn't undo the purchase, so I was stuck with it. But anyway, Turok Dinosaur Hunter, Yusuf, this is the remastered version for the PlayStation.
Right, it looks very smooth.
It looks very smooth. Now, I've been trying to play this for a while on the N64, and due to the terrible C controls of movement, it was basically unplayable. And it's a game where, as you can see here, has a lot of platforming.
Yeah.
This was something that was impossible on the N64 pretty much.
Yes.
But, you know, it was a game made in 1997 by Acclaim. Back then, I think it was Iguana Entertainment. And it features a man named Turok. Here's an interesting story for you. It was Acclaim acquired the rights to Turok when they bought a comic book company called Valiant Comics, and they got Turok as an IP, and they created a game on him. Now, there's a couple of things that they didn't do very well with this. I don't know if you've ever seen the cover of this game.
Yeah.
The guy on the cover is not the guy you play as.
Oh.
I mean, he's a Native American guy in this. The guy on the cover looks like a weird punk white guy.
You know what else did that?
What?
Resident Evil 1.
Yes. Yeah, that's a very
Guy with the big
example.
eye.
Yeah. But and as well as that, they call him the dinosaur. Now, there's some shots here that are probably a little bit politically incorrect for this day and age, I would say. But
Is it that you're finding those as Skullomanias?
yes, yeah. But you know, I have to say, for the time, they did a really good job. You have a lot of really satisfying weapons to fire. Who doesn't like killing dinosaurs? But the thing about it is, Dinosaur Hunter gives the idea that he's going around hunting dinosaurs. That isn't what the game is about at all. He's a time-traveling Native American who goes back to this land which has aliens, robots, and dinosaurs. And as you can see, you've got a lot of really, really cool weapons here. that sent people flying, which is very enjoyable. But the remaster made it playable for me. So if people want to play it, I really recommend they play the remaster. Not only for the controls, but also for just how good it looks. Okay, and you've got a lot of satisfying weapons. But anyway, 1997, this was one of the 10 games at the time on the N64. It was the only shooter. It was a massive... You look how stupid the AI is here. Now, this is very much of its time. A shame they couldn't do anything on this. There's periods where you can just stand on a little ledge above the rest of the enemies and they just keep running around in circles doing nothing. But, and here you see Boulders just suspended in the sky.
Oh, okay.
But it's 1997.
Yeah, look,
you know? And here's the stupid AI, a robot who's stupid enough to be able to slash. And why has he got a knife? He's a robot. And you know, this was, you can see a raptor actually attacking another human there, which I thought was a nice little touch for the time. You know, 'cause you didn't really get that back in the day. It doesn't work 95% of the time, but sometimes it does. But yeah, it was a huge success for Acclaim.
Was this in the original?
Yeah.
I don't remember this, boss.
This is the thing, is that when we played the original, we didn't get very far in it at all. Yeah. I completed the game. You know, the bosses are, you know, who doesn't like a giant mantis spewing acid at you? You know, the game is actually quite challenging at times.
Yeah.
Particularly the boss battles, but you know, it's actually like for what it did at the time. It really, in my opinion, I hadn't played anything like it. If I had played the full game back then, which I didn't. We have a lot of varying enemies, a lot of varying locations, a lot of different weapons. And you know, it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know, to kind of get into. I always enjoyed the bow and arrow dynamic as well. When you've got your tech arrows that fire this kind of blue explosion. But you also go into these worlds here where you kind of go into like this, I don't know, warp reality, and you can kind of collect your diamonds and, you know, get extra ammo and stuff like that. Again, platforming like this was impossible on the N64. Traps like this were very difficult to navigate through as well. But yeah, I you know, I would recommend people pick this up. I think it was €10 or something like that,
right.
€15, so it was cheap. And you can see the amount of kind of varying enemies you have here. You've got these mechs. You know, you've got a person on a... Is that a Triceratops?
Looks like it.
Yeah. Who doesn't like a dinosaur firing weapons at you, right? And you can see here he's also attacking other people on his side, if that's the right word, which it's not. But yeah, there were so many enemies in this that I didn't know that were actually in it.
Yeah.
When I came back and played it. But it is a very, very good game. It was massively rated. Look at this.
Wow.
Who doesn't want to fight a mech T-Rex who breathes out fire?
Are you positive this was all from the first game? Because I recall us getting cheats to get like infinite weapons and level select, and I recall us like going to like the last level.
What was the last level?
I don't remember, but it was like a big arena.
Now this is the remaster. No, it's definitely the original.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, absolutely. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can put some text at the bottom, but I'm not wrong. But yeah, no. Playing this through made me realize how much we didn't get, how far we didn't get playing this originally. Yeah. But you know, look, is it an interesting concept? Probably not. I mean, they kind of like.
I think it is.
It is in a way, but like. You know, they I don't know, they just kind of, I think they kind of tried to throw everything cool into a game at the same time, you know, and this is hilarious. I love his movements, first of all. Apparently they used motion capture in this, but obviously it didn't work too well. But I love the fact that, as always, at the end of a game, things are exploding. Just the image of a topless man running from an exploding futuristic base.
It's fantastic.
I find it very funny. His name is Tal Sek, by the way. He's one of the Turoks. They pass down to the eldest male, the lineage of Turok. The thing I found most funny about this as well is that he looks up at the exploding building, and then it goes to the credits of the people who remastered it. And, you know, you would think that, you know, your first credit should go to developers. But of course, Night Dive Studios took the time to thank their CEO and their director of business development. So I just got this image of this, you know, chiseled-haired CEO in an office telling Larry Kupperman to get on the next deal. But I have to say, it was I really enjoyed it. You know, and it was... For as old as it was, it did not age badly at all. If you have good controls, it's really, really enjoyable. And I mean, I give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. I'm going to go 0.5. But I just think the controls put us off the first time and how difficult it was, and we needed to have a controller pack back then to save, and I'm not sure we did even. So
we eventually got it, but we didn't have it at the beginning.
Yeah,
I remember starting Turok over every single time. Yeah, but like I even think a lot of modern games struggle with platforming.
They do.
In first person platforming.
They do.
It can be a real nightmare.
They do, but yeah, music is very bad, I have to say, and they actually noted that was part that they cut to fit it on the cartridge. But the music when you're swimming is pretty cool. I like it a lot. But I really, guys, check it out. Look, maybe I'm old and I just, I like old games, but I think it's a very good game, so play it.
I mean, it looks like good fun, and like, you're talking about, look, maybe they try to stick in everything, that's cool, but I think games that don't take themselves too seriously is always a good thing, and games that are just like, you know what, it just might be a bit of fun. Like, it's annoying if it's a real heavy narrative one and then something stupid happens, you're like, this takes me out of what I like about it. But when you're going, it's a fun shooter, go do it, have fun with it. You're like, okay, give me a dinosaur with a Kano eye on it,
exactly. And the story is pretty basic. It's basically like this evil guy called the Campaigner is trying to get this super weapon together called the Chronoscepter, which you actually get. I don't know if you remember, but you have to collect a piece of the Chronoscepter in each level, and then you can get it at the end, and it's one of these, it fires a laser, it goes into the ground and just explodes. So there's lots of really satisfying weapons in this game.
Yeah, I mean, is he the good guy if he's trying to stop the bad guy getting this weapon so that he can now use it instead?
Pretty much, I guess, yeah. But lots of very funny voice clips as well. Like every time you shoot someone, they're saying, oh god.
I remember something about this game where you when you shot people in different points, they reacted differently.
Just 2 points. The stomach and the neck.
That's still cool though.
It is. For the time, it was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, you said 97.
97, yeah. And great year. Hansen, Tamagotchi, and Final Fantasy 7. So, like Turok.
If you think about the other levels of technology at the time, Tamagotchis were blowing everyone's mind.
It was incredible.
So if that's happening then, and then this is they've done quite a lot in that time.
It was a great time.
Okay, that's
Thank you,
interesting.
Acclaim, now gone entertainment.
I might give it a go because it looks like it was good fun. Yeah. Strange Turok didn't really go on with other things, They
made a couple of games after this, but I just think that the first was such a there was such a small portfolio of games on the N64. It got a lot of attention,
Yeah.
And it actually saved Acclaim, who were failing at the time.
But GoldenEye was on the N64, and then there was a lot of other Bond games. They moved off Nintendo consoles.
Yeah.
But then they kind of faded off after a while. After Bond kind of faded off.
True.
They're still out now, but not quite the same. But then I guess Quake and Doom had to reinvent themselves, so maybe.
Yeah, exactly. It took Doom a long time to do that, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
so that's me.
Let's do my game.
All right.
So I did Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, the remaster.
Fair play.
Which is a sports game for a lot of nostalgic people out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was a little worried about doing this because one thing that everyone loved about this was the soundtrack for this game.
Okay, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, recording it though, it doesn't record the audio on it, but you can get the playlist out there in loads of places.
I thought you were going to say they got rid of the copyright laws for the songs.
Well, I was afraid of that because that does happen. Like, you do see it with lots of times like wrestling events and things. You see they'll play an old clip of something and they can't use the music they used for so long. Yeah. Remember, it used to be Limp Bizkit was a really big thing in wrestling back then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got their license for a while and then they couldn't use it for too long.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's a sports game, which is quite good fun. It's the first two together. That was actually the free game that was out last month.
Yeah. Fair play for reviewing it. So
yeah, that's why I thought it would be a good one to do. It's also one of the highest rated games on PlayStation at the moment, PlayStation 5.
Wow.
So it is good fun. It took a while to get used to. You'll see, I'm quite shit. Yeah. But it takes a while to get used to the controls of it. It's but when I was playing at the beginning, I was like, okay, look, it is kind of fun, but it is also a little bit odd. But then the more I got on, the more I played it, the more I kind of got an idea of how it's meant to be, and I really enjoyed going from level to level, doing the different challenges, getting to see the different ones in different ways, and then go, okay, I'm not actually trying to do everything at once here. Yeah. It's about taking your time, figuring it out, which I did find really, really enjoyable.
Okay. This game, when we were growing up, was like an institution.
Yeah.
Everyone loved this game. Everyone went over to their friend's house and played it. Everyone knew the levels inside and out. It was such fond memories of these games.
This was 99 2000. So this was the next big thing that came out at that time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, after Pokemon was everywhere, everybody was skateboarding.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't because I was shite. But everybody was into it. Everyone had like wore the skate clothes, and everyone had this game. Everyone knew who Tony Hawk was.
Yeah.
As you see, I picked the skeleton character quite often because
It's Halloween.
I generally found quite sad when people are just sliding in their skin, you know, because, you know, you see people...
Well, so it's better having a skeleton going around.
Yeah, well, one, it's funnier. Cause
it is funny.
I generally just think skeletons are really funny, because they always look like they're waiting for you to laugh at their joke, which I always find
and they can do the knee dance thing very well.
That's true.
Whatever that's called.
But whenever, like Tony Hawk was like falling, slide on the concrete, it's like, I've seen people do this too much in real life. I kind of feel sick thinking about it. But yeah, so they brought in some like new characters in it, so some new skaters. So if you're into the big skater culture at the moment now, you'll recognize a lot more people than I will. So
skating big these days still?
For some people, yeah. Some people it's still really big. Like, I mean, they put it into the Olympics recently enough.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Did really well. So it is really good fun. I did enjoy this game. I had a lot of nostalgia going back and looking at the old levels, which I remembered, going like, oh yeah, I remember this on the school one, and you know, it's the first two games together, so that is quite good.
Yeah.
It's a nice game to stop and take a break. It's a game, if it was like full price, which, you know, clearly it was when it first came out in 2020, I would have gone, I don't know really if it has enough of that, because look, it is a very truthful retelling of that game, and that is a really cool experience.
Yeah.
But I would find it hard to play this in as long as I did when I first came out. You know, I just think our minds have changed. What we expected games has changed quite a lot. Yeah. But there's a lot of really cool things, like, you know, secrets to explore. So in this one, I just grinded over a helicopter, so it's now taking off and breaking through the ceiling.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I think I remember it was one of the Tony Hawks, forgive me if I'm wrong, that the game wasn't on the disc at all because they had to rush the release of it.
Oh yeah.
So it was fully like you had to have downloaded it. Like you had to have an internet to play it. Yeah. There's nothing on the disc.
Yeah, I very recall that. Yeah. But yeah, so it was quite a good fun to kind of get to play it and to see all these old bits again, and it's nice to unlock the levels and see what they were like. There is quite a few levels in it as you go through it, but it takes a while to unlock them, so I unlocked like 5 or so across the 2 games.
Alright.
Which was a bit of a thing to go back and do. You played this a while ago, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I didn't get into it, to be honest. I even though, as you know, I love old games, it's just it wasn't fun enough for me yet. You know what I mean? Like, not yet, but I just mean it was very hard for me to pick up again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even that whole spinning dynamic, having to land
facing the right direction. Yeah.
It was just too irritating for me. But I mean, I'd say it'd be one of those games that if I got good at it again, I would really enjoy it. And I used to be very good at it, like everyone used to be very good at it.
There's a little bit of a learning curve, but the more you keep going and going, the better it gets, and the more you're able to tie those things together.
Yeah.
The voice of that security guard is Jack Black.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's yelling stuff at you.
I thought you were going to say Jason, what's his name? King of Queens. And Paul Blart Mall Cop.
What's his name? Something
Kevin James.
Kevin James.
Yeah, I love Kevin James. Kevin, if you're watching.
Maybe he is, I don't know.
You're a personal hero.
He's very funny. You know, he was a stuntman.
Yeah.
He started doing it. So he actually does all those stunts where he's flying around the place. So this is quite a cool level. So this one you start, and then you go going downhill all the way throughout it, and then you get to the very end, you teleport right back up to the top.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like
nice
you've got the 2 minutes to play in it, but it's quite a good fun to, you know, try and do it quickly, try and hit whatever you're trying to go for, whether it's the 5 robots in this level or the get sped skate, and then go back around again, and then if you miss one you have to go up a path this time. So that's quite good.
I think I saw Tony Hawk talking about like how much he got paid back in the day for this. Like, I think he just met up with the guy, and the first game was a success, and he was like, just gave him a check for $5 million or something like that. I was like, yeah, we just make another one with IP. He's like,
well, there's loads of them. Yeah, they kept going for a long time.
Yeah,
there was like Tony Hawk's Underground.
It reminds me of, you know, when they overdid like the Rockstar games. Or not the Rockstar, what are they called? Guitar Hero, sorry.
Yeah.
And they just made like 1 million of them, like with all kinds of music. I was like, oh, come on now, guys, you know.
Yeah.
Even though I'd love to play that again now.
I'd love to play a Guitar Hero, because I remember like when Guitar Hero 3 came out, and it felt like this is it, they've hit it. They've got it right. They've gotten a huge library, and it just seemed like it was a really wide range of it to go, this is what everyone loves. And then they started doing like ones exclusively to particular bands.
Oh yeah, which, exactly.
If you love that band, fair enough.
It was a bit, sleazy isn't the word, but they're like, yeah, buy this expansion pack with just Beatles songs and stuff. It's like, oh, come on, stop monetizing everything.
Yeah, I remember there was a thing where they were saying that some people could, the art in some of these levels are really cool.
Yeah, I love good artists.
Yeah. Where they were saying that you could, like people could make their own. I thought it would be quite a cool thing where people had to download their own Guitar Hero game. So if you loved a band that wasn't very popular, but had an amazing guitar in it, that you could then download that and play it on it. But I don't know, it didn't really take off in the way I thought it was going to do.
No, and then they had Rock Band as well, remember?
Yeah.
We had the drums and everything. And I remember playing that at my friend Jason's house, and all of us were on one instrument. It was enjoyable. I mean, it's a cool thing to do with your friends.
So I did enjoy it. I thought it was really good fun. I think particularly for it being free, it was well worth it. And yeah, it took a while for me to get into it, but I'm gonna say for what it is, it's an 8 out of 10.
Okay, very nice. And yeah, well done for reviewing one of the free games. I don't know what next months are. Have you been following them?
Yeah, there's like Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. Well, that's for September.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I'm talking about next month.
No, I don't think they've been announced yet.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah.
We shall wait eagerly. Now we're going to move on to the final segment.
Yes, you've been very excited about this.
Yes, I'm going to take it back down memory lane, Yusuf.
God.
Again. Back. Have you heard back to whatever old times? Yusuf, let me ask you this much: have you heard of Strictly Limited Games?
I don't think so.
Well, I've recently discovered them. They're in Germany. What they do is, like our friend Cotton the Witch.
Yeah.
What they do is they actually make physical releases of old games. Sometimes they actually get the old developers to complete unfinished games, to do additional artwork.
Right.
And they're all limited, and you can get them on the Switch, you can get them on the PS4, or again, in no way sponsored by, I say again, I didn't say this already, not sponsored by these guys. This is the first time I'd heard of them. But and actually, to be honest, I've heard a lot of people complain that they've been waiting for a year or more for the games. But for me, it came in a week. So basically what happens is they kind of list the game they're going to do. They get pre-orders or whatever, but they only have a limited amount.
Right.
So I don't know when they actually ship, but the one I chose was one that they'd already shipped.
Right.
One they'd already completed publishing or whatever, printing. So here's what I have.
Wild Guns Reloaded.
Wild Guns.
Oh my god, I remember this game. Or do I?
You do. It's the shooting game, Yusuf.
Oh my god, this isn't what I thought it was. I was thinking of a different one. And what are you doing? You're refusing to play new games. You're getting old custom built.
Listen, this isn't a custom built game. This is a strictly limited game, and maybe we can input something here. I'll give you hand movements of me showing the lovely game and what you get with it. But you get a sticker, strictly limited sticker. You get a postcard, a real postcard, no stamp though. You get a little art book here, which is lovely. It's very, very basic. I mean, you have the names of the characters.
Show it.
Yep, that's Wild Guns. So we could do something separately on actually holding this close to the camera or something.
Well, I'm not going to shoot
I'll do it. Anyway, so yeah, you got concept art here that you wouldn't see normally. People, you'll probably be seeing this on the screen as I'm talking. If you're not, I'm sorry. But yeah, and if you look at the back, you can see it's strictly limited, Yusuf. My number is number 74 of 1,000. So
wow.
No one else can have 74, just me. All right, and I'm not sharing it. So let's fire this up. What you say?
Let's play.
So, do you remember any of this, Yusuf?
I don't. I don't.
I think we always would have picked the cool buff guy, so we probably never even saw the dog.
I'm absolutely picking the dog.
Okay, go on.
God, so this is a game that we used to play a long time ago.
Yes, we used to rent this game from Extravision. People who were in the States and elsewhere probably had what's the name of their one, Yusuf?
Blockbuster,
that kind of thing, yeah.
I have no idea what's going on in here.
And then you have to hit nearby as well, but I can't remember how to do it.
Oh Jesus, I have no idea what I did. God. There is... Oh, you can just hold to her.
Yeah.
Oh, there is something really fun about these
There
games.
is, yeah. Look, I just love old games. Ah! But yeah, look, there's a jump button obviously, there's a target button here, and then when you don't hold it you move across. I got killed.
Oh shit.
And then you can get different weapons and shit. There's a way to hit someone directly in front of you.
Let's see what that. When this dog. Am I the robot or the dog?
I figured you're both. Alright. Who can't be, Wild West with robots? I mean, come on. You gotta love it.
I really don't remember a lot of this game.
Do you not?
No, I don't. I'd love to know the storyline that put these people together.
Yeah. Just look it up. Yeah, as I say, the booklet is fairly limited, to be perfectly honest.
So does this game exist digitally?
It exists digitally?
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing that I did know is that they do, for some reason, have some games that do get a physical release, and they get special editions of them. Like I saw they had a cotton boomerang one, and they had a special edition. It was I think it was €80, but you got all sorts. Are you gone?
Yeah.
They got all sorts of stuff with it, you got a tea set, how to make tea. You got an art book, it was really cool, I have to say. So okay, so trying to get my special button. How did you die so soon?
I don't know. I didn't know if I was a dog or a robot.
That's your problem. You should just pick. Can I get you back or something?
I don't know. It's fine. Keep going.
Alright. But so I was really impressed because I'll definitely be keeping an eye on them. Now, as I say, they kind of had some poor reviews from a lot of people. So I mean, I can't vouch for them, but for me, it's been pretty good.
Which a lot of people who were waiting to see if they got the game. You mean?
Yeah, a lot of people were waiting for a long time. But I mean, look, good for me. So as you can tell, this is an old game, Yusuf, because it's just game over. There's no chance to move forward. But go on, I'll pick the lady.
I'll be Doris.
All right, Annie.
Yeah, so it's quite odd that they're getting these games to be redeveloped again.
Yeah, I mean, they've been going a while, to be honest. They've been going a while, so they're not new. But it's just I suppose a lot of people like me want to have the physical copies of the games.
Yeah.
So why not? Why not do a physical release? I mean, and the fact is that they are limited.
Yeah.
So.
But I wonder, this is not how I expected both of these characters to play. I seem to have grenades for arms.
Nothing better.
I tell you what, I feel like Doris is going to get the job done.
Go on, Doris.
So yeah, you don't know if this is a game which kind of exists outside of these guys, do you?
They definitely have games where it doesn't exist outside of their release.
Right.
100%. But there is also games that I have seen physical releases for, like the Cotton games. They have the Cotton games, the physical ones.
Right.
And I saw that on Amazon as well. So unless they have, and it wasn't a strictly limited version. So either they get special editions with special stuff and artwork and all that kind of crack, or they do their own kind of thing. Yeah,
well maybe they do, it depends, they do certain tie-ins for certain cult classic games.
And a lot of cult classic games sold out very, very quickly, I did note.
Yeah, okay.
So
so how much was this?
It was €30.
Okay. Have you played it much since?
No, I haven't played it at all.
Okay, it's your first time, is it? Ooh.
Yeah.
How does this sync up with your memory?
It's a bit different. But I remember Annie from the original game. But this is the day where we used to rent video games in Extravision, which is now closed, and I'm very sad Extravision is closed. We used to love going in there on a Friday. What?
I know he died.
Yeah, but so I mean, you know, I heard a lot of people did very well out of old Extravision stock and Blockbuster stock. You know, like old games. You know, the people they basically like gave them away pretty much. It's sad that that whole thing is gone now because it was kind of nice, but
I think with the way this, usually I'm quite against the idea of subscription services. I'm definitely against the idea of like a digital game costing the same amount as a physical game, and then losing the ability to 100%. You know, you get less valuable to asset at the end of the day. But I'm very much pro this sort of like a subscription fee is fine as long as you get value out of it, and I do think that is where the big ones are going now. You know, like sometimes they're older games. Who's this worm?
I know.
Sometimes like they're older games. Like that's fine too. You know, like the fact that if you want to play Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10, you can play it on the Switch now.
Yeah,
like that's pretty cool.
It is cool, but I always like having the physical version. I don't consider myself much of a collector, but it's nice to have.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, it's an interesting dynamic of this game. I think that's why it's stuck in our memory so much. You know.
It reminds me a lot of what was the other like run and gun shooting game? Oh shit!
I don't know.
Metal Slug.
Yeah.
That era of...
It's like Metal Slug, but you're stuck on one screen, so...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not side-scrolling.
Yeah.
But, definitely has a bit of a similarity. Games of that era, I suppose. You can double jump.
Yeah.
I was not thinking that. Do we shoot them or do we pick them up? Oh, no.
Ooh. So game over. But anyway, look, I was really happy to discover Strictly Limited games.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know the other games I potentially buy from them.
Any others you're considering?
Some of the Cotton games. So we shall see. But listen, I guess that's all for this week, Yusuf, unless you have anything else.
No, that's it. That's it for me. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in, and for those who've interacted with us and reviewed us and liked us and listened to the podcast.
Yes, thank you. We love each and every one of you, especially you, Frongton. So thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.